Hi, guys, and welcome to another live watch along on Balloon Head Productions. This also happens to be the very first video of 2023, so welcome back. And I'm so glad that you can join me this evening. A little programming note before I begin. The movie that I'm going to be watching tonight is a wonderful, wonderful movie. It's classic. It's The Wizard of Oz, but I was actually gonna watch it with my usual lovely, lovely crew, but two of them have had some issues, so that leaves me with my favorite Texan. She is so bubbly and so wonderful that you know what I don't know. I don't know what it is about her. She's just a really cool individual, and I'm so happy that she is joining me this evening to watch this wonderful movie. And without further ado, she is a belle of the ball. I would like to welcome back Rachel to the stream. Hello.
Hi. If you can't tell, I love The Wizard of Oz. That's why I picked it.
That's
This is
cool.
also, I feel like I should show you my purse because it is
Oh
also
yes, I
tiny.
remember. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember you sharing that on social media.
hmm
Yeah, I mean
I
that
I've been
looks
wanting a
great.
lawn fly for a while, and then I saw this one. I was like, perfect. This is exactly what I need. I am in my head. I was like, oh, I'll use it sometime. I've been using it every day.
Okay. So yeah, so you said that you're a massive fan of The Wizard of Oz. So
hmm
can you remember like the first time you saw it
Oh,
or
I was
around there about?
I kn- I know I was 3 because my
Okay.
mom. It is my favorite movie of all time, and my mom. I remember my mom telling me she was like telling me because I was usually like scared of stuff. Like, okay, this part
Okay.
could be scary. And she's like, you would not take your eyes off the TV. And I was just like sitting there, like, this is the best thing ever.
You weren't even afraid of the Wicked Witch of the West?
No, I don't understand how. I was scared. I was scared of Hocus
How?
Pocus as a child. I do not
She's
understand.
she's terrifying. How is she that's
You're not wrong. As a child, it does not make sense that I was not scared of her, except that I must was like probably so transfixed by the movie. Maybe I like couldn't move.
yeah, I remember watching the movie a lot as a kid. I watched it a lot as a kid on local television. We had TNT where I live. It's a Turner Broadcasting channel, and every time on Thanksgiving or around the holidays, they would play The Wizard of Oz on a loop. In my early 20s, I really gained another appreciation for the movie after I became a song and dance man, and I saw I'm not saying that I didn't see the magic of the movie before, but after I gained a love of musicals and theater,
hmm
I just viewed the film a little bit differently. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a wonderful film with a really uh dark history as far as production, which we won't go into here, but
I I will say some of the dark history stuff is not true. That's
yeah, well,
I
especially
some
in
and some is unfortunately just common for the 1930s in Hollywood, which is dark in its own right. But
yeah. So,
uh,
yeah, but I a couple years ago, I went down rabbit hole and I'm like, I
mhm,
read the whole all some of the stuff that maybe happened on the set or
mhm.
and I was like,
I
what?
will I will just get this out of the way. No one hung themselves on the set of The Wizard of Oz.
No, of course not. No, no. That
Like
was a
that's it's a
that's
bird.
a
It's a fucking bird.
yeah,
I can't.
it's a
The amount
bird.
of times
No.
I've had to tell people, and the thing is, they keep remastering it, so it's now very clearly a bird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you could see
Uh,
its wings are moving. That's the movement.
yeah, by the way, did this come out in 4K yet?
I think it
I think
did.
okay. Hmm.
I
Interesting.
don't think I don't have a 4K, Blu-ray player, so I don't think I bought it in 4K. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I have
But
multiple DVDs of it because I collect Wizard of Oz memorabilia, and then I've bought multiple
oh wow.
box sets of it.
Okay.
And so, mostly 'cause
I
they'll
see.
come with other, like, memorabilia, and I want that.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah,
Uh,
well, it makes sense because it's your
mhm,
favorite movie of all time.
mhm.
You collect memorabilia.
And that
Okay,
is unfortunately not in this room, but it's in my guest
okay,
room.
okay, cool. So for those of you watching, or whoever you may be, and if you want to watch along with us, we are watching this film on HBO Max, And the way that we do things around here is that once we have our copies queued up, we start at absolute zero, and I will count down from three, and at one, and or at zero, Rachel and I will press play.
Mhm.
I usually turn off my camera when we do these things, but since it's just lovely Rachel here with me, I'm actually gonna leave my camera on, but I'm not gonna be
Okay.
able to see while I'm watching the movie. So,
Okay.
Rachel, you'll have to tell me if I bump into something because I'm not gonna be able to
Mhm.
see myself. All right, so I'm gonna actually switch over to HBO Max at the
So
moment.
that's what helpful with I mean having a separate monitor here, which is why I watch it in this room.
Yeah, I don't have a second monitor, so
So
I gotta.
I at least I was able to justify the second monitor was for work, so I can now. But I was able to justify the purchase. So
Yeah, if you can always justify, things that you need for streaming by saying, "Oh, it's for work," that's like the best thing ever.
oh, I did that
Like,
with this light too, and I was like, oh, I need it for work so I look better in video calls.
oh my god, that's great. That's great. All right, so are you ready, Rachel?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna count down from three, and when I say go, we press play. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
three, two, one, go. I haven't seen this movie in a long time.
It's honestly it's been a while for me. I've just been very busy, but I
Mm,
do listen to the soundtrack a lot.
yeah, I'm actually gonna talk about this movie next week on one of my podcasts.
Oh, where are you going to talk about it?
I have this podcast called the Mixtape Podcast,
Mm-hmm.
which is a podcast dedicated to talking about film from a screenplay writer's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do the episode, I'll send it to you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. It's like interesting, like older movies where especially like that had like productions where like things kept changing. It's like interesting to see uh like I don't know that the Wizard of Oz ever had like a completely finished script.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not positive on that before or like there is scripts, but like there are definitely scenes that like got cut out. Like for instance, there's a version of the script where there's a romance between Dorothy and one of the farmhands, and she's supposed to be like he's supposed to be like going like 19, she's supposed to be like 17, like not but like they ended up casting way older for them, so it was like odd.
Yeah.
Um but that is where that but there are still some things in it that have stayed. It was the scarecrow, like the scarecrow equivalent. Um
Okay.
that's why she says, I think I'll miss you the most to the scarecrow at the end. It was
Really?
like
Okay.
reminiscent of that everything else had been cut.
Interesting. Yeah. What they did to poor Judy Garland in this movie to keep her. Yeah.
Oh, if we're
Yeah.
unfortunately, the like
Yeah.
dreadful
Let's just
did
watch the
not
movie.
start on this movie. Her mother started on that when she was 10.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Um, Judy Garland's mother wasn't a very good person. Let's just put it that way.
No. No. This movie has a certain sound to it. A lot of
Hmm.
movies from the 50s and the 40s have like this radio sound to them, and I guess it's because the
Yeah.
microphones weren't that good. Um,
It's
or
a little bit that, like, I mean, you don't have like the close up mics in the same way.
yeah,
I mean, you're on a sound stage. You're almost never. Your like ADR is not going to be as
yeah, perfect,
done
yeah,
as well.
yeah. No, I'm not, no,
This is
it's not a
also that like this is what people expected from performers to speak in this cadence. Like, so there's also like
right,
that.
right, right. right. It almost, yeah, it almost seems that their dialogue is it's right, but it almost seems that they're like pushing it or over exaggerating it.
Yeah. Well, they're doing like a mid-Atlantic accent, which is what which is what people at this time were taught in like theater school to do, which is like a weird mix between they call it that because they're like it's like a weird mix between an English accent and an American accent.
Right. Okay.
And the
Okay.
idea is if there was some weird country in the middle of the Atlantic, that's what they would talk like.
Okay. Hmm. Would you classify this as a musical or like just a?
Yeah,
I
it's a
mean,
musical.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
What else would like out of curiosity, like what?
No, I mean, no, I mean, I would, I would
Mhm.
classify, The Sound of Music a musical.
Mhm.
You know, White Christmas, things like that. So things that are like overtly like they have music in them from beginning to end. But for some reason, when I run down my favorite musicals of all time, they go, "Why not? Why isn't the Wizard of Oz there on there?" And I'm like, "It's a movie with music, but to me, it doesn't. I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
weird.
like it's definitely a musical. I don't like
Yeah, I'm weird. I'm weird.
I would say that it does for the most part have music and I mean this is kind of common for like this time period, like how many songs would be in a musical.
Right. Right. Right.
With sounded
Yeah.
music probably has more than you would traditionally see because it's like an adaptation of a Broadway play or like a Broadway musical. So they had, fit all the songs that were in there.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like when a lot of movies from this time are turned into musicals, like same thing with The Wizard of Oz, like for the stage, they end up having to add reprises and stuff because they like don't have like a big ending number because like you don't need that in a movie necessarily.
Hmm.
Well, look, she's about to sing at you. I don't know what else this would be.
Yeah. Yeah. As we already established before we came on air, I'm weird, guys. I'm strange, but it's a good strange. I hope.
I just love the song. That's
It's a wonderful song. It's wonderful.
Mhm.
How many times do you think they had her do it?
At least a couple because um I have the soundtrack on vinyl and it's like a
Okay.
special edition and it has a couple other takes of the song.
Okay.
Cuz they like with movie musicals traditionally, it's
Hmm.
they record in a sound studio and then they
Right.
play it back on set and mouth to it.
Right. They don't actually sing it
Yeah. I
on
mean, you
set.
have like they do in like that's what they Les Mis it's interesting because they had them sing live.
Hmm.
But especially like if you're doing them having to them do it a bunch of times to get different angles, like especially like in dancing,
Right.
having them sing it over and over again would be really bad for their vocal cords and like you get a very different performance at the fourth
Every
take would
time.
be very different than the first take because like they'd be out of like their throat would be getting worse.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know if they did live singing on my favorite musical of all time, La La Land. I don't know if they did or not.
What the fuck?
What is that?
I
Oh.
my hit something and my I hit something on my headphones and Spotify started playing.
Okay. Well,
Sorry about that.
that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. I hit
It
something
was
and
a
all of a sudden Taylor Swift was there and I was very confused.
yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about it. I've
Mhm.
done that multiple times because I'm
Mhm.
I'm a Spotify user too, and sometimes I
Mhm.
bump something and Spotify
Yeah.
will start playing on my computer. I'm like, I didn't want that to happen. So
I went to a quote along sing along of The Sound of Music at the Alamo Drafthouse, and they decided to do a surprise, like, trivia game at the beginning of it. I won
and you
by a
won,
lot.
didn't you?
I got free movie tickets.
Oh my god, that's like
I
the worst
reminded because
thing
one
ever.
of the things that I
I know, but
got
no, but
was
not because you got yeah.
Mhm.
No, I mean, not
Apparently,
because
they
you were
were
there, but
happy because they were really worried
to
no
have
one would get
somebody.
the they were really worried that no one was gonna get it, and then I was there, and they're like, "Oh, thank God." Like,
Okay.
but one of the things I
No,
got
that's
is that
like
the actress that plays Miss Gulch in The Wicked Witch of the West is Margaret Hamilton, and that's one of the things I knew.
okay, cool.
Mhm.
No, that's like me going into a bar and and being a part of a trivia game for the original Scream movie. I'm gonna wipe the floor with
Mhm.
everyone. Huh?
I mean, at least I was at a Wizard of Oz. I was in a I did not own this dress yet, but I was dressed kinda like Dorothy because I figured, "When else am I gonna, like, be able to do this?"
Yeah. The dress that you have on tonight
Mhm.
is very, very pretty, by the way.
Thank you. It's Toto's, right? Toto.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Yeah. It's from Unique Vintage.
Hmm. Is
Run,
it true
Toto,
that you
run!
actually is it true that you actually forgot that it was your turn to pick this month?
No, but yeah. I think if we had, like, skipped January or
Yeah,
skip
yeah, yeah,
December,
yeah, 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 yeah. We skipped. Yeah, we skipped.
because I thought
We,
about when we was maybe my turn was gonna be December, I was gonna be like, "Oh, I'll pick a Christmas movie," and then we skipped December, and I wasn't thinking about it. So I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna say my favorite movie then."
right, right, right.
One of the many times we're gonna see Frank Morgan in this movie. Would you like to hear a fun story that may or may not be true about that coat he's wearing?
Sure, go ahead.
So they got that coat at a thrift store, and the legend is that he like put his hand in the pocket of the lining and realized there was some like initials and like stitched into it, and it was LFB, like L. Frank Baum. And it turned out they had
Okay.
somehow found L. Frank Baum's coat, like the author of The Wizard of Oz.
Oh my God, that is so cool.
Yeah.
If it's true,
That
that's
has
so
not
cool.
been verified, but you know what? It's harmless. I'm just gonna pretend it's true.
Yeah. I cannot tell you the last time I saw this movie. Maybe the last time I saw this movie was like 10 years ago,
Oh
I think.
wow. I mean, it's definitely been less than 10 years for me.
Yeah,
It's my
less
first
than
time
10.
this year.
Oh, that's good. Do
Mhm.
you do you watch your favorite movies like once every year or like several times a year?
Um, I guess it depends.
Okay.
It depends on whether I'm showing them to people. Is
Okay.
the like probably if it's just for me, probably about once a year.
Okay.
Um, like I feel like I
Because
watch my favorite shows more, but I'm not watching the same episode over and over.
Yeah, I mean, I try to watch my favorite shows or the shows that I think speak to me the most once a year.
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek doesn't count because I adore Star Trek. Like,
Oh,
I,
I'm constantly watching a Star Trek. There's just a million of them that
yeah, yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah. No, no, and I'm the same. So
Mhm.
it's like almost every night I pick a random Star Trek episode and I just pick a random Star
Mhm.
Trek show, and I do Russian roulette.
That's fun. That'd be a fun way to
Yeah,
do it. And then
but here's the
I
thing.
feel like I'm gonna do that and then actually get an episode I actively dislike. And I'll be like, no.
But here's the thing, I can't do that with new Star Trek because I can't relax while I'm watching new Star Trek.
Mm.
I can
I
I can only do that with like with Berman Trek, unfortunately.
the there's someone I follow on TikTok. I followed him initially for he's like a book talker, but he did this thing where he watched like Doctor Who for the first time, and then he was like, I'm gonna like he didn't not for me. He doesn't follow me. He's a very big TikToker. He's like, I'm gonna watch Star Trek, and we're like, oh cool, you should start with TNG. He's insisting on starting with the original series. He's very confused
No.
because he's watching it on Paramount Plus. He is like actively like we told like he is taking our advice that like the original series is very different than the others. But the
Of course it
funniest
is.
thing is he said he was like these effects are kind of like great for the '60s. And we had to be like, buddy, you're watching the remastered version.
Yeah.
I don't know if the like I know if you have the DVDs, you can pick which one if you can watch the original. I don't know if you can if there's anywhere to stream the non-remastered original series.
Well, um, yeah, well, Apple actually has both versions of the original series. They have the regular version
But you have to like
and they
buy
have the
them
remastered
individually,
version.
right?
Right, that's right.
Yeah. As opposed to like Paramount Plus, where I'm like because I've been
Right, you could just
watching
pay them.
the original series, but I'm just watching it on Paramount Plus.
Right.
I
By
especially
the way,
because
has Paramount Plus gotten any better with,
I've given
with
up
the
on trying. I've given up on trying to do it on my TV. I stream it. I've just been doing Chromecast from my iPad, which kind of works out because
okay.
when I've been moving around doing stuff in the house, I'll keep watching the episode, but just watch it on my iPad.
Okay.
And like I don't do that. Like I'm rewatching the original series. I wouldn't necessarily do that if I was watching it for the first time. But
Right.
I'll say for 1939 though, that tornado effect is amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I was about to say that tornado looks pretty cool.
If I remember correctly, it's um
What is it?
like a nylon sock. It's like how they're making the cyclone part,
Okay,
and then they're
cool.
like blowing
Mhm.
stuff around it to like.
Wow, okay. See, if this was a real tornado, she'd be flying by now.
If people can walk away from explosions in movies, she could be next to a tornado.
Yeah, that's right.
I found more fries at the bottom of my bag.
Cool. There's nothing like finding extra fries when you think they're all gone. This this one best picture, didn't it?
No, it came out the same year as Gone with the Wind.
Oh god. That wasn't a good idea.
Yeah,
By the way, I watched that movie for the
and
first
shared directors. At some
okay.
point, The Wizard of Oz had like and both that went through multiple directors, but
Okay. I remember watching Gone with the Wind couple years ago, and I appreciated it, but I hated the main lead character, the girl. I like
I
wanted
think
to.
that's the thing is I don't know why culturally the idea that Scarlett O'Hara is some like I think because it's old, people are like she's gonna be like this uh sweet woman. I was like, no, Scarlett O'Hara is and has always been an anti-hero. You're not supposed to like Scarlett that much.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know. But when I saw the movie,
Like,
I wanted to. I'm like, why do I hate the main girl of the film? I'm like, or the main woman of the film. I was like,
I will
this is
say,
weird.
I will say, fictional men are allowed to be hated or like allowed to be not great people a lot more than fictional women are.
Uh,
Like, look at Breaking Bad is one of the most popular shows of all time. People love Walter White. Walter White is a terrible person.
yeah, no, yeah, no. Look, I think I appreciate Breaking Bad. I don't love it like everybody else, but Walter White is an awful person.
Yeah.
He just goes from he just goes from innocent to worse to he just
Hmm.
goes from innocent to bad to even worse.
I have an ornament came out this year of that scene where you see her going from like the black and white to the color.
Oh,
It's
really?
cute.
Cool. You bought an
Hmm.
ornament?
Yep, I have a lot of Wizard of Oz ornaments.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm, I think as a kid, as a kid, I watched a lot of Disney movies, and
Hmm.
I watched Mary Poppins a lot, and this a lot
Hmm.
when I was a kid.
Hmm.
Um, mm. The set design in this movie is great. It's wonderful. I mean, look at all this.
Hmm.
I mean, look at all of it. I mean, it's on a giant soundstage, but still, Jesus.
Yeah,
Huh?
I have a fun story about that little pond.
Okay, fun
So
story.
originally they got the water looking that blue by like just dyeing the water blue, but then they put ducks in it and the ducks got dyed blue. So
Oh
they
my
had to drain
god.
it and they had to paint the bottom blue and then
Oh
put
my
the
god.
ducks in there.
That's amazing. The ducks got dyed
They're
blue.
blue. Margaret
Oh my
Hamilton also
god, poor
got
duck.
Margaret Hamilton's makeup was copper based, and so she just kind of had a greenish hue about her for a couple of months.
Oh yeah, but didn't she get poisoned?
No, she got burned.
Okay, but
I think you're thinking
somebody
Buddy Epstein, who was the original actor to play the Tin Man,
yeah.
got poisoned by the makeup.
Okay.
It was powder based and it coated his lungs,
Oh my god.
and
And
he had to leave the movie. Like he literally almost died. Like that is
uh,
the worst thing that happened on set of what happened to him.
wow.
And they had to very quietly, but there was a thing where they had switched. He was originally playing the Scarecrow, and they had switched him because the actor who plays the Scarecrow really wanted to. Um,
Uh-huh.
and so they thought he was like they legitimately thought he was like throwing the fit because they switched his role. And so they were like calling and a nurse had to get on to be like, no, he's not coming in. He's very sick.
Okay.
But I believe, and assuming having Margaret Hamilton got caught on fire,
Oh
and they had to
wow.
like grab her and make sure all the makeup was off her.
Jesus Christ.
We've got a long way as far as special effects go.
Oh yeah, good lord.
Mhm.
But still, I'm like, for you to endanger actors, like, but still, guys, you have to realize that this movie was made in a time
Mhm.
when things were a little bit different.
Then why did she ask if she was a bad witch? If only bad witches are ugly.
Oh well,
That's a little mean, Linda.
that's a little mean.
Mhm.
I mean, you could be the hottest thing in the store, and you can still be a bad witch.
This is a really sweet. A lot of the Munchkins, for the most part, some of the background people were played by children, but for the most part,
They're
I
adults.
think the
Okay.
correct term is little people now, and I'm not positive though. and so I'm sorry if that is the wrong term,
Okay.
but they did like a um countrywide search for little people. And for a lot of
Okay.
these people, this was the first time they met other people like them.
Really? Wow. Okay. That's
Because like
interesting.
you didn't
Wow.
have the internet then to like
No, of course
communicate
not.
with each other,
Wow. Okay.
and I've seen like interviews and they're talking about how great it was, like not being like the different one.
Cool. That's very, very cool.
Mhm.
That's like me. 99% of the places that I go, I'm the only disabled person.
Mhm. Like for instance, it was a massive deal that this movie wasn't color. Like that's how old this movie is.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
In
Didn't
fact, like
didn't they do the marketing around that fact or something like that?
part of it is like in Technicolor and
Yeah,
like
in
for instance,
Technicolor.
is one of the reasons. So in the books, the slippers are silver, not ruby. And
Okay.
one of the reason they made them ruby is because it would show up so well in the color. And the silver
Okay.
probably wouldn't show up as well. Technicolor, there's a reason we don't use Technicolor as for their coloring anymore. It's not very accurate. Um,
Okay.
in fact, like if you ever see, like you go to one of the museums that have one of the filming pairs of the ruby red slippers, they look kind of like a maroon color, and that's because if you would put like true red on screen in Technicolor, it would look orange.
Okay.
And so to
Interesting.
get it to look red, they'd have to make it more of a maroon color.
Wow. Huh. I'm loving the little factoids that you got about this movie.
I have so many little factoids.
Yeah, so many little ones. When I was a kid, this guy used to make me laugh hysterically. His voice, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot! Hold on. Uh, hold on. Oh my god. No, she's not. Okay, hold up. Hold up.
Wait, something happened?
No, 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 no. I was Marcy. Marcy said I'm here, but she's not here. She's. I don't know
Oh wait, there's something in the private chat. Can you let me
what.
in?
Yeah, but she's not. I don't see
Here.
her. I don't see her. She's
Okay.
not down here in the thing. I don't know. I can't. I didn't send her
I
the
feel
wrong
bad because I
thing.
apparently she was here a while ago. Maybe try messaging her
All
and
right.
see if she can.
Okay. Let me actually keep watching the movie, and I
Okay.
will. I will send her the thing again. I'm gonna go off
Mhm.
camera for a second. All right.
Okay.
Uh,
It's just me. I love the lollipop. I love the Lollipop Guild and the Lullaby League. They're so cute.
All right, so I sent her the link. I don't know if she can. I don't know. I put it in the private chat too. I don't know why she didn't get it because it's the same link that I sent you.
The first time I clicked on it, it acted weird, and I had to click on it again. So maybe that happened to her.
Maybe. See, when I was a kid, this woman terrified me.
Completely valid.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, I don't know what the hell
But
it is.
there was more of her, and they had to cut her out because it was scaring kids too much when they like tested the movie.
Wow, that's really sucky that a actress does her job so well that they have to cut her out because she's being too evil. All right, well, Marcy still hasn't shown up yet, so I don't know if it's a problem on her end or the link. I don't know what's going on here. I can't do anything.
Are you like messaging with her?
No, I sent her the link that I just put in the private chat on her Instagram page, and I put it in the private chat like you saw. But that's the same link that I sent you, and I don't have any other link to send. Like I don't. There's nothing else I can do, and she's not talking back to me. So I don't know. I feel bad, but there's nothing else I can do. Can you let me know if she starts talking in the private chat?
Yeah.
Because I'm not looking at it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna like message her in the group one too, because I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, let me actually drop the link in the group as well. Let me do that.
I will say, in defense of like the book of why it seems like why Glinda's here, and at the end she's like, "You could have done this the whole time." Glinda in the
Yeah.
movie is a combination of two characters from the book. Those are not the same characters that do that.
Uh-huh. So I'm about to drop the link in the in our group now.
Okay.
There it is.
I don't know, maybe like because I think I didn't notice that she was in the private chat for a moment, so maybe she left. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, well, I'm looking down here in the where the new people come in to see if she pops up, but I don't. I'll stay here for a while.
I also bought a new Glinda ornament this year, and she's in a bubble, and it lights up, and it's pretty.
That's cool. So, what are your favorite musicals besides this? Besides this one, because this one's your number one. So,
Sound of Music.
Okay.
Mary Poppins is up there.
Okay.
Are we still doing movie musicals? Is that the what
yeah, movie musicals, yeah.
Singing in the Rain.
Okay.
This, if we're in like Disney, I also love Enchanted. As far as live action, and I'm just gonna throw Tangled in there, although that's animated, so that's a little different.
That counts.
I mean, I love most of the Disney animated. Like I love Beauty and the Beast.
Yep.
And Little Mermaid, and
yeah, Little Mermaid is a bomb. That looks so fake, but it's part of the charm.
It's like the matte paintings in Star Trek look so real.
Yeah, the matte painting. Matte paintings in Star Trek look a lot better than that.
Well, it's supposed. We're about
I
to go
know.
to meet a
I
talking
know.
scarecrow,
I'm
so
I'm joking. I'm joking. Huh? I know.
oh, Marcy put hey in the private chat.
Okay, so
Is she in the?
I put the link. Oh yeah, there she goes. I got her. I got her. I'll let her in. Hold on.
Okay.
Hey, welcome. Can you hear
Hey,
us?
Hi.
sorry,
Hi.
I was
Sorry.
paying too close of attention to the movie and not the private chat.
Oh, that's
Yeah, my
okay.
fault. Yeah.
Um,
So, Rachel, you want to give Marcy a time
Yeah.
code and tell her where the hell we're watching this?
I'm-
Yes.
it's HBO Max.
Yes. Yeah, I'm watching the movie, but I'm probably not exactly where you are.
I'm at 3514.
Okay, you're a little ahead of me then.
Yeah, that's where I am.
And
too,
then when
I'm
I'm she's
Okay.
talking to the scarecrow.
Okay, perfect.
And he's
Alright.
stuck on
So,
the pole and
so Marcy, welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you could make it.
welcome
Thank
to
you.
Rachel's Wizard of Oz fun facts.
You look so cute.
Thank
You
you.
look great. Yeah.
I don't like. I also have my purse next to me. It's shiny.
Oh,
It
I
makes me
love that.
happy.
Is that a Loungefly backpack?
It is. This is my.
Nice.
I bought this and a Beauty and the Beast one of those. Are my only two. My first ones.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm.
I
have
I'm
Star Wars ones.
I'm worried that if I buy more, I will fall down a rabbit hole.
First, I got
think-
a
I
brown
think you're in the rabbit hole
Loungefly
already.
back.
I don't worry about falling back in.
I
First, I
did
got
just
this.
get a coupon from the store I bought that from. Don't you want more? And I was like, yes, I do, but that's not the point. Which one do you have, Marcy?
This brown Star Wars one that's like Rey's outfit, and then I
that's
got
fun.
and then I got one for The Rise of Skywalker where it's like Kylo Ren and Rey and their little anime cartoon characters.
Oh, cute.
And
Do they
and
kind
then
of look like pops?
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. And then I got a Tangled one where it looks like the castle that she's in.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, so
I
love
want
those.
Tangled is one of my favorites. I want the boat scene of Tangled. Although the one they released recently, it's more cartoony, and I was like, no, I want it to be the pretty the scene.
Yeah, the original. Yeah, I know what you mean.
There are a lot of plays I've thought about getting, but they're very good quality and they're worth it, but they are not cheap.
They're not cheap, no.
Yeah.
But if you can find them after they've been out for a while, some people just buy them up and then they'll sell them. So they're new, but they've just been sitting in somebody's storage. Then sometimes you can get them kind of inexpensively, and they do last forever.
Yeah. So this one, I saw this one was a store exclusive, and I knew I really wanted it, but I got lucky in that I was on a TikToker who collects Wizard of Oz merch, and she was talking about it. And someone was like, by the way, if you're the first time ordering from that store, if you use this code, you can get 10% off.
Score.
So, yeah, I did 10% off and bought two. Because I really wanted a Disney one because I think it would be a really good backpack to bring to a Disney park.
Oh, yeah.
It's the perfect, it's not too big, but purses kind of get annoying at theme parks because they're on your side.
Right. Oh, I know. I use it for as my actual purse, and it keeps my hands free, and it's so nice because then you can.
I've started using it. Although there's occasion I've been going somewhere and I was like, oh, wait, maybe I can't. Maybe I shouldn't bring a Wizard of Oz backpack on this date. That might. I need to see normal-ish.
See, I don't worry about that. I carry the anime Star Wars one everywhere I go.
You're fine.
Yeah, you have your husband to protect you if anybody gives you any shit.
You know, someone asked me, "Is that yours or is it your kids?" I was like, "Oh, that's mine."
Oh. Well,
That is fantastic.
at least you wear it well.
Honestly, to me, I want kids for like normal reasons of I want children, but also I want an excuse to buy things that I can't justify to buy for myself.
Normal
Like,
I think you know what? I think that's the best excuse I heard for
Mhm.
having kids. I want an excuse to buy things that I can't.
Yep.
I love the witch sneaking away there. She's just like, "Hey, what's up? Bye."
See ya.
Yeah, it's like the witch playing peekaboo or something.
Mhm.
What is the deal with those apples? Why do they look so red?
It's the magic of Technicolor.
Probably Technicolor is the
Technicolor magic.
Technicolor. There's, like I said, there's a reason we don't use it anymore. It makes things look like that, which works in this lovely, fantastical movie. But
not for
That's
everything
true.
else.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I said this fun fact earlier, but I don't know if you heard it, Mars. The reason that if you go like the Smithsonian has a pair of the ruby red slippers. They look like maroon almost.
Yeah.
Because Technicolor is so inaccurate. If you had put her an actual red, you just saw black shoes for a second on her. They had her at the rock shoes.
Oh yeah, that's right. I just saw that. It's like
Yeah.
she's got black shoes on. What the hell?
Technicolor, if you put something that was actually red in Technicolor, it would look orange.
Okay. It's really bright then.
So yeah, so they would make the maroon color so it would appear red.
Okay. Do you know if the pair of shoes, the ruby slippers they had at the Disney Hollywood Studios years ago was actually in the movie, or was that a replica, like behind glass?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That could be, that could be the pair that's in the Academy Awards Museum now. Because I don't know where if that. Apparently, I don't actually have an encyclopedic knowledge where all of them are. Some of them are private collections. I know where the ones that I could go see are. I guess is the.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't remember if those were real. But actually, the most expensive pair of ruby red slippers is not the ones used on screen, because at some point a replica made out of actual rubies was made.
What?
One, I don't know who owns that. Like,
oh my god,
that's crazy.
So this isn't the actor that almost died. This is somebody else.
No, this is a different actor.
Okay. Do we ever see the? No, obviously we don't, because this is different.
We hear him at some point. In one of I'm off to see the wizard. It is that actor's voice because they didn't have time to re-record it, and you can kind of tell because it's like the way he's saying it's like a little different.
Okay.
What happened?
So the original actor that was playing the Tin Man, the tin makeup was powder based and it coated his lungs.
Oh no.
And he ended up in the hospital.
Oh man. That sounds really dangerous.
Oh, it was incredibly dangerous.
Incredibly dangerous.
He legitimately almost died. Like, it's not like it's not like, oh, there was a slight reaction. No, like, and then he had to leave the production, obviously. Like, not even though like we want to slip it under the rug. He had like to focus on recovery. And then when an actor whose name is slipping my mind right now, when he was cast, they turned it to a paste, so it wouldn't the powder wouldn't go in his lungs.
Why didn't they do that in the first place? Oh my goodness.
I think this is one of the first color movies they didn't know is the the Wicked Witch of the West makeup was made out of is copper based. Like
oh
That's so
Like-
expensive too. Can you imagine?
Like, Wicked would not be being made if we could only make green makeup out of copper paint.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we were like painting these poor women playing alphabet with copper every like eight for 8 shows a week?
No, would you imagine if they did that to poor Kristen Chenoweth, man?
But yeah, she had a kind of greenish hue about her for a couple months after the movie. But yeah, when that one time she caught on fire, like they had to make sure to get the makeup off her because copper is like metallic.
It's conducive.
Yeah. And then she basically, Margaret Hamilton refused to do any more fire stunts.
Sure.
Absolutely correct. It turns out she was very much correct. During the surrender, Dorothy, that's her stunt double, the broom exploded.
Wow. Oh my god.
But again, I would like to repeat, no one hung themselves during the production of this movie.
It was a bird.
Yeah. I just
that
and
can,
it's
you know,
like
I could see how that can drive a person nuts who really likes this movie.
Well, it's just because they're like, did you know? And I was like, I still don't know that fact. I don't like.
No, I knew the legend, but I never knew what it was until you said it tonight.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a bird? I didn't know that.
I think we've already passed where it is, but like as they keep remastering the film and it's clearer and clearer, you can clearly see it's a bird's wing. To make it look more realistic, they released they had like a couple like big birds from like zoos brought in, and they just kind of were hanging out in the background. But they couldn't really get them to do what they wanted because they were wild animals. Like,
So, who is your favorite of the friends that she brings along? The Scarecrow, or the Tin Man, or the Lion?
I'm really partial to the Scarecrow.
Yeah, he's sweet, right?
He's sweet, and I love his he's actually a lot more smart than he realizes. I like that message. Also, a fun fact about Margaret Hamilton: before this, I swear to God, she was a kindergarten teacher at one point. And every time I think of that, every time she's like, play ball. And I was like, can you imagine?
Yeah. Well, I gather she didn't use that, tone of voice when talking to kids.
So.
But
I hope
still,
she didn't.
No, but still, it's really a crazy thing when you have a professor that, all of a sudden becomes, or when you have a teacher that all of a sudden becomes famous for something, and then they come back to their regular jobs, right? It's like,
I don't think Margaret Hamilton went back to teaching after this. No. I think she was a big enough name that she did not have to do that.
Right. But before Michael Emerson was cast in Lost, he was a English professor.
Nice.
Oh, interesting.
Actually, the opposite. So the 95 Pride and Prejudice, like the one with Colin Firth, the actor that played Mr. Bingley is now a high school English teacher in England, or high school equivalent. And I remember someone asking, do people ever ask you about it? And he's like, no, unless they're making fun, students are making fun of me. They're high school students, of course they would.
Did anybody watch? You just mentioned Lost. Did anyone watch the new on Disney Plus, the new Santa Claus show? Because the actress on there was in Lost, and they made some really cute Lost references.
Oh, I still need to watch.
Yeah,
I kind of watched some of the episodes, but it was Christmas Eve, and I was helping make dinner, so I didn't get to I need to sit down and rewatch them.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Lost references a lot. I thought that was fun.
She played Juliet, right?
Yeah,
Juliet. I love Juliet. Oh my god, Juliet is a great character.
She really is.
Kick-ass. By the way, I'm gonna do my yearly Lost rewatch in April this year. Woo!
Right. I have one fun personal Lost fact.
Okay.
What's that?
So, Lost filmed in Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know, the last scene of Lost takes place in a church.
Mm-hmm.
The church
Yes.
they filmed that in was the chapel for the private school I went to in Hawaii the year I lived there.
Oh, really?
No way! Really cool.
You lived in Oahu?
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's really
That's
cool.
where like the big military base is. Like it's where
Yeah.
Hickam, and then Hickam was next to Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
cool. I'm a huge Lost fan. I will go to my grave defending that show.
It was a fun show, and it was one of those like event shows at the time that people all watched together, and there was just a great like community about it.
Yep.
I miss like how event focused TV used to be. Like I get why it's not, and it'd be really hard to be, but
but the problem is now that we have 20 million goddamn streaming services coming out of our ears.
And also,
yeah,
besides HBO, it's like they release in the middle of the night. Like I don't want.
That's right.
Unless like something like extenuating circumstances, I do not watch new Star Trek the moment they go up. It's 3 a.m. I have a job. Like
yeah,
that's too hard.
I have a job that starts at 8 a.m. Like unless I took a really long nap before Star Trek, like
right.
Actually, what I've mostly been doing is I watch them on my lunch break on that Thursday.
Yeah, I normally watch new Star Trek with a friend of mine, so I never watch it when it airs. I usually watch it a week later.
Could never, because I've been doing Text Trek a lot.
Right, yeah. You could never do that because you're.
Yeah. I also.
You could replace Dave on Text Trek. I don't see him on there too often.
He's been on. He doesn't really watch Lower Deck, so he doesn't really do that. But
okay. Oh, he's been on a couple times. Okay.
Yeah, I mean he's been on like every episode of Strategy.
Okay. Yeah. Lost.
The Cowardly Lion is pretty great too.
Lost actually changed the landscape of how television was made and how storytelling was perceived within television. So
yeah.
Half of the mystery shows that we have today have so much to be grateful for because Lost did it first.
I know that Mike Shore, like the creator of like The Good Place, Mark Drake, when he was making The Good Place, talked to David Lindenhoff about Lost, about like how to do a mystery show.
Yep.
Because he knew he wanted to do that with The Good Place, but his like, to that point, he was like basically only working in like sitcom. And The Good Place obviously is a sitcom, but like it has that element to it.
Mm-hmm. And at the time, final fact about Lost, and then I'll let Rachel continue with her fun facts about the Wizard of Oz here. But at the time, the Lost pilot was the most expensive pilot in TV history at the time.
Oh, I remember reading that. Oh, yeah, they crashed a plane.
Yeah, they crashed a plane. Yeah. And also the executive that greenlit the pilot for Lost got fired.
Why?
Because of how expensive it was.
Oh,
wow!
But it was so successful. It's so massively successful.
Yeah, well, they fired him, but they fired him before the episode aired. So I'm sure if he would have kept his job until the premiere, they wouldn't have fired him.
Right.
I had a friend who told me that the first time he'd heard like pilot as far as TV was Lost, and so he thought it had to do with the fact there was a plane.
No, that's cute.
Yeah, and then later was like, oh wait, they're all called this.
They're all, the first episode of any show is called the pilot.
Oh, that's cute. Aw.
Well, that's not true because the first episode of Star Trek Discovery was called The Vulcan Hello, but
sometimes they
give them a title.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Which is usually for shows that are greenlit ahead of time because they don't have to make a pilot to like convince anybody.
Right.
Like
One more
like
fun.
for instance,
one more.
The Good Place. I think it's the first episode is called
I have one
Everything
more
is
fun
Fine.
fact.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. One more fun fact about Lost. So, you know how on every TV show, like especially on TV shows that are serialized, they do the previously on segment. The voice of the guy who does that is the executive that greenlit Lost.
The one who got fired.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
You know, at least did he get paid for that though? Because so at least he makes some money.
Yeah. So in a way, he's part of Lost DNA because he's always the guy that says previously on Lost.
I've always wondered because usually it's a character from from shows, and I'm like, who is that?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. That's the last factoid about Lost.
That's
We should actually watch Lost together. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
But what
We'll
episode
kick it
will we
off
start
in
with?
April for you.
Yeah. I wonder how long it took them to shoot this, the whole thing.
I mean, a while. There was like a ton of production stuff. Like at one point, Judy Garland was in a blonde wig that they got rid of.
Oh my! What? I didn't know that about a blonde wig. Wow.
In the books, Dorothy is described as like in a lot of the books, Dorothy is illustrated with blonde hair.
Okay.
But it basically was that it didn't look like it didn't look natural on Judy Garland, especially like a wig of the 1930s.
Mm-hmm. You really have to adjust people's makeup if you're gonna change their hair color from their natural color.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, Judy Garland's like she's supposed to be a little girl. Like someone was like, she's supposed to be a little girl from Kansas. She looks like a starlet. Like,
ooh, okay.
Was like what they said and why they changed it.
Uh-huh.
I did have my defense of Glinda earlier of why it seems as like why didn't she just help her at the beginning? It's that Glinda is a composite of two characters from the book. Those are two separate characters in the book, so it's not like she's not at the beginning and the end messing with her at the end.
Okay,
interesting.
So this might have. We're not sure. This might have been asbestos that they were snowing on them.
Oh no!
What? No way.
That they're not sure. There's no record of what it was, but that was pretty common at the time.
Oh my god! Who the hell? Sorry, I can't. All right, I'm just
like okay. I'm going to point out they didn't know lead or mercury was dangerous at this time. They didn't know asbestos was dangerous.
Okay,
like that, it's one of those.
Okay, with that, I will give him a pass because I'm like, who the hell?
There's always I'd have to look up to make sure if this is true, but there's the like apparently in Singing in the Rain they had to add milk in it because the rain wasn't showing up enough. So he's tasting it like milk raining on
Can you imagine how smelly the next day? Like,
apparently the suit was ruined.
Oh yeah, but like the set, it would just.
Maybe you like, and then at the end, just be okay. Rain some water to try to get rid of the milk.
Actually, my favorite character in this movie is a Wicked Witch.
She's great. Like
no, as much as she terrified me as a kid, as I've gotten older, I've really, really grown to love her performance.
Mm-hmm.
But I always.
I mean, there's a reason Wicked exists. Like,
yeah,
it is one of the longest running Broadway shows.
This guy irritated me so bad when I was a kid. I'm like, just let them in.
Technically, there are two guys here, played by the same actor, who's also the wizard. And they cut a scene where they change the guards, but just his mustache changes within the scene.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't never notice that.
Yeah, this is a guy that I just want to kind of punch in the face. Like,
Yeah, it's
but yeah,
frustrating.
yeah, like just like get out of the way, dude. I want to come in. It's
I
like
have his face, but I've never seen him.
mm, it's like it's like the Willy Wonka syndrome. Does he really exist? Does the wizard really exist? Those look really pretty.
What?
The slippers, they look really good.
Mm-hmm.
About time. I'm going to smack you in the face now. Thank you.
I feel like that's like an older movie thing, like to make you wait and build patience and suspense. Maybe
it's also a thing. I understand why they didn't. This is like more fun. In the book, the Emerald City is not actually made out of emeralds. They're lying to everyone and gaslighting them.
Really?
That's cool.
Everyone's given glasses because it's so bright that everything would like reflect. Like it's so bright, everything would reflect it and like hurt your eyes. The glasses are
I'm
tinted
sorry.
green.
Wow. Okay.
And that's how they trick everyone into thinking it's actually made out of emeralds.
Wow.
What's the deal with the purple horse?
The horse is a different color. It changes its color.
But why not like brown and beige?
Yeah, red. Okay.
Because they were having fun with the fact they were making a movie in color.
Yeah,
I think that's. I mean,
that feels right.
That's why the ruby slippers are ruby and not silver like they are in the book.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. What happened to Starfleet Boy?
Oh yeah, Starfleet Boy is not feeling well. He's under the weather.
Oh, okay. That's too bad.
So you can imagine how I felt when you said you weren't going to make it. Oh my God, half my team is gone. What am I going to do?
I'm sorry. I was having a major crisis.
That's okay.
Oh no. I hope everything's okay now.
Everything is okay now. I needed a bit to calm down. And then I was just like, no, I can't do this. And then I was like, okay. I like wash dishes. I'm like, okay, I can do this.
No, I didn't know. I didn't mean to make you feel bad. I was just panicking there for a second. I was like, everything's will be fine. I got Rachel here. Everything will be fine.
I want those little green dresses
for a bit. I'm like, they're okay. I was like, I just need to calm down for a minute. And then I tried to come in and you didn't see me. And I was like, okay, it'll work out. It'll be fine. They'll be all right.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
That's okay. It's hard because you're watching at the same time and like you can only look at so many things at once.
Yeah. No, and apparently
oh my God, I just saw Starfleet Boy in the comments. Apparently he had heat stroke, which take care of yourself. That is no joke.
That's no joke. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Also, speaking of heat, this is when the broom exploded.
Really? Do we actually see it? No, we don't see it.
No.
Okay.
Check it out.
They're not dumb enough to keep any of their like footage of the actors getting
burned.
Oh, and also like it was pretty uncommon to like keep extra footage at this time.
Oh yeah, that's
right. His mustache is different.
Are we supposed to know he's a different person, or
I assume no, because they cut the scene where they changed the guards.
Okay.
But you can tell he's a different person.
What a green outfit. That's just very green.
So much green.
Super green.
Was it Worf that says that? It's green.
I think it's Data. With,
Oh,
with
okay.
the alcohol with Scotty.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's green.
Yeah, he asked what it is and he doesn't know. There is a weird thing is because they end up cutting the jitterbug, this ends up being the last song in the musical.
Huh.
But yeah, they don't do a reprise of the main.
Mm-hmm.
You would think they would do like the Yellow Brick Road thing again at the end somehow
It's
with
like
different lyrics.
they like do that with like when they put this show on stage, they add like reprises and stuff. Because
that makes sense. Yeah.
And they usually when they do it on stage, they usually do the jitterbug. Which and I actually do agree with the reasons for cutting the jitterbug. Which the jitterbug was like a swing song, and they thought it would date the movie because it would set it so firmly in the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like understand that reasoning. Although the song the jitterbug, it's fun.
It is fun.
It's in the soundtrack, like it's a fun little dance number.
It's interesting that they had the foresight to like that it was so popular it was going to date the song, like the movie.
Yeah. Well, I think the idea is like, well, so far it's a fantasy. It's weird to like set it so like for it to have like a contemporary song. Ironically,
Yeah,
now it would not seem like a contemporary song because it's like so old.
Yeah, this whole movie is an entire fantasy. So
yeah, I mean, I guess the parts in Kansas are supposed to be set in the 30s, but even then, it's like set in a farm, so that's kind of hard to like place at a time.
It makes it more out of time in that way.
Yeah, more like a timeless thing.
Wasn't Judy Garland like what, like 16 or when she did this?
I think she was 17.
Okay,
I know
she looks older than that. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, people back then always looked older than they actually were.
Yeah, I think it's because like they dress like our grandparents, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we think that they're older.
Yeah.
I like that. They dress like they do. They dress like our grandparents.
They dress like our grandparents, or they dress like me.
Yeah. No, you know what? I was gonna say that you have a thing about you with the way that you dress. It's like it's like a wondrous thing. You wear nice dresses. It's like you don't like the way that you dress is like you're from a different time.
Yeah, I like vintage fashion. Ironically, when I'm just hanging around my house, I am in gym shorts. Like,
yeah.
I have no in between.
Yeah,
for a while I didn't own any pairs of jeans. I did fix that because I kind of needed some jeans. Like,
oh, I remember we were talking about that. We were like during the pandemic, and I was like, I don't own jeans anymore. And I remember you being like, neither do I.
Yeah, well, I think I grew out like all of my jeans got older in the pandemic, and I mostly got jeans because I started doing like stuff where it was like going to picnics with my mom, and I didn't want to get grass stains on my nice clothes. Although I did get a pair of like 70s style jeans from Walmart, well, for Christmas, and those are cool.
Oh, that's fun.
I actually wear nothing but jeans. I don't like.
I will say, I think the jeans I have that I enjoy now are boyfriend cut. I think men's jeans cuts are more comfortable than the ones traditionally made for women.
Okay.
Because every like I don't know, for years there was like wear skinny jeans, and they were so tight, and I hated. They like I felt like they
I was so glad to see skinny jeans go.
I literally affected my circulation how tight they were sometimes.
Dude, I have a pair of skinny jeans. Like 4 or 5 years ago, I could wear those things, and those things were great. I loved the way I looked, but I was like, I was suffocating. I'm like, I can't breathe. I can't take these off.
I like flares a lot.
I have the 70s style or like flare bell bomb style, and then I have 2 like boyfriend cut jeans, and those are the jeans I own now.
Okay.
But it was like so many jeans would be so tight on my knees, and then the problem was I've been in many office jobs where Austin business casual is like jeans and a t-shirt. And then I would wear a dress because I found a dress so much more comfortable to sit around all day because it's like not super constrictive on my legs.
Yeah. Well, you can get some dresses are like a nightshirt comfort wise.
Yeah.
Like, it's still outside appropriate.
It's still, and people think you're so fancy because you're wearing a dress. And I was like, I am wearing a nightgown right now. Like,
yeah.
Nightgown.
I hear you. That's me.
Some of my maxi dresses, those dresses that people were like, you look like you live on a prairie from Target, and I was like, give me. Like,
yeah, but the other thing that I was thinking is like, I was thinking about this earlier, and I was like, Rachel would be great in the world of like Mad Men or something. I could see you like.
Oh, I have some 60s style clothes.
That's cool.
I bought them right after watching Queen's Gambit.
Oh,
that was a good show, wasn't it? I liked that show.
The show was so good. Although I had this, the show was so good, and I had this like weird like it made me almost sad because my grandpa would have loved that show. My grandfather loved chess, and I was like, why isn't Grandpa around? So I like this would be great to like show him.
Oh, yeah, that's sad when something reminds you and you can't share it with the person you think would really like it.
That happened to me with Damon Lindelof's second show, The Leftovers. I like me and my mom watched the trailer together, and she was like really excited for the show, and unfortunately, she passed away a month before the show aired.
Oh,
so
that really sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you. It happened a while ago. So, but that's not even the coolest part. I'll tell you the coolest part after we get off the air.
I just want to point out how Ray Bolger is very talented and like moving around like a scarecrow, even though that's a human being.
Right.
Yeah, he's very nimble.
Yeah, well, that's actually the reason why he was like, I really want to play the scarecrow. It's like he was like a shoe dancer, so he knew he could do all the movements for it.
Right. He knew it could be that physical with the character.
Whippersnapper.
That's the point. Killer, get throw our water on. Oh my god, I'm doing it.
So fun fact: in the book, he doesn't ask for her broomstick.
He doesn't.
He asks that. He tells them to kill her.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
I was like, and they take the broomstick as proof.
Oh. Okay. Dark turn.
Yeah.
Bring me her head. I'm sorry.
There's like so L. Frank Baum gave no shits about continuity in between the Oz books, and there's an Oz book.
No shits about continuity.
No shit. Toto talks in later books, and then when asked why he didn't talk before, he just goes, "Didn't feel like it."
Oh my god! Wow.
But there was a book where there's a character named Ozma who's the Princess of Oz, and she's in basically every book except The Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
How many books are there?
Oh, like 12. There's a lot.
Oh my god.
Was this the one that was like kind of political at the time? We're just missing a lot of the references.
Yes, parts of it are. It's also The Wizard of Oz for its time. It's also quite feminist. Like it's a matriarchal society. Like it was pretty rare to have an adventure story where the lead was a woman. And like
Mm-hmm.
part of the reason that like Dorothy is the main character to the Elfring Bomb wanted like a heroine to for his daughters.
Okay.
Okay.
I hadn't thought
I
about that.
actually have not seen Dreamer of Oz, and I've been meaning to watch it. That's a Starfleet Boy in the comments.
Oh, thank you. I'm not looking at that. Sorry.
Oh, this is about if they
I'm
had
too
kept
busy
it
watching
where
movies.
this is about where the jitterbug would be.
Okay. That looks really green.
Mhm.
Like that looks green. Very green.
Oh, she hasn't said a little insect ahead. The little insect she's referring to is the jitterbug.
Okay. See, it's always fun watching a movie with somebody who knows a lot about it.
It me for this.
Yeah, you.
You're like, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
Hi. You're the trivia machine.
I know a lot of people are also scared of the flying monkeys,
No.
which I do also get because they literally are about to like tear apart the scarecrow.
They're rats. That's awesome. Rip him apart. This is awesome. Sorry, guys. I'm very violent. I was too ashamed I didn't do anything to the dog. That would have been really terrifying.
What do you mean do something for the dog?
No, I'm like, it would have been really terrifying if they would have like tried to kill the dog.
That no, thank you.
That would have been bad.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been so bad.
Judy Garland tried to adopt the dog playing Toto after this.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They didn't let her do it?
Well, no, his trainer was like, this is my job. I train dogs for movies. Like,
you can't have him.
Yeah. His name was Terry, and he officially changed the name to Toto.
Aww.
Oh.
I was saying this movie never scared me. Return to Oz scared the shit out of me though. So
yeah, that movie is kind of terrifying.
Oh, that head scene. Oh my god.
I've never seen it.
Return to Oz is a movie I appreciate now more as an adult than I did as a child.
Starfleet would recommended we should watch that one too.
It's a good movie. It's like closer in some ways, not like the dark tone necessarily, but it has more from the Oz books. But also it like goes for a kind of dark tone. The only problem is they like try and make it seem like it's a sequel to the Wizard of Oz, like this movie, and some like they have her in ruby slippers instead of like silver. And so I watched it in like 5 days, like it's a sequel to my favorite movie. Why does that lady like it's like
is it or is it not?
No, not really. Like it's made by Disney, not made by MGM, but Disney bought the rights to use ruby slippers in it.
Okay.
No, it's a great movie. It is also it scared the shit out of me as a kid.
We should watch it in the future.
Look, Judy Garland just got a haircut in the middle of the scene.
Oh my god, I just noticed that. What the hell happened?
Judy Garland got a haircut halfway through filming.
Yeah. Continuity.
Yeah.
Continuity police.
Yeah. I think this is the scariest part of the Wicked Witch. Is this?
Oh my god!
Like he's
Jesus.
talking to her like mother, basically. I mean, it's her aunt, but her mother.
Yeah.
And it turns into the Wicked Witch.
Wow,
that is pretty terrifying, actually.
That's pretty hardcore.
Mm. I'm impressed by that little dog getting down all that stuff.
Mm.
Timmy's in the well?
Mm. Oh.
I love him using the tail to
Yeah.
Oh my god.
like
How how convenient.
he's like, don't rush. We don't have time to deal with this.
Don't rush, that's true.
Love the this reminds me of Wreck-It Ralph now with the little Oreo guys.
They are called Winkies. That is never said in the movie. That's what they are in the books.
Are they played by Twinkies in Wreck-It Ralph?
Oh, I think they are.
Yeah, that's great.
Wreck-It Ralph is a really good movie.
Wreck-It Ralph is great.
I love Wreck-It Ralph, but I cannot stand the second one.
I only saw the second one once, and I was like, that was worse. I was like, my only thought. Like,
yeah, it did not need to be made. Like, they set up the message of the first one, and then the second one was like, forget everything we told you. I couldn't stand that.
Stop blowing our cover, Toto.
Too late for that. Too late. Oh my god. Who cares about that? Just go.
I love none of them noticing that they look nothing like the rest of them.
Yeah. That's what movie magic, right?
The tail.
Yeah, that's like
one of them is holding a dog.
Yeah.
No, the dog's right there. The dog's just coming behind them, like
yeah. That that's exactly like Tom Cruise and Miles Teller crossing an entire military base and nobody noticing that there are two guys over there walking right to a plane. Spoiler for Top Gun.
Is this from the new one?
Yeah. Sorry if I spoil something.
I haven't seen it yet, but I wasn't sure if it was good or not. Do you recommend it?
Oh yes, it's good. It's good. Definitely watch.
I love that Paramount Plus for I think like a week was like advertising me a different movie with them, like with Glenn and playing a fighter pilot, and I just wasn't paying attention because I saw him in a pilot uniform and assumed it was advertising me Top Gun.
No, it's not. That's a different movie.
Yeah. I saw an actor from Top Gun who played a pilot playing a pilot, and I went through advertising on the platform that has Top Gun, and I went through advertising me Top Gun. Like,
Okay. Did you did you end up watching Top Gun Maverick or?
I enjoyed it.
Okay, good.
I don't have like the same. I remember talking to people. They're like,
You don't have the nostalgia for it.
I don't have the nostalgia for Top Gun. I only watched Top Gun the first time a couple years ago. Like, it was good, but I don't have the like
The
the
nostalgia
love for it in my soul. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I actually grew up with the original Top Gun, so
mhm,
so Top Gun Maverick to me was it
yeah.
was just a joy.
And I do totally get it if someone's like really into Top Gun. Like, it's like a fun sequel, especially for something made so much later.
Mhm.
I love Disenchanted, even though a lot of people didn't, and I was like, I'm here for a good time.
Right. And Top Gun is just a feel good movie about, it's about, it's just a feel good movie
hmm
with some amazing camera work, some amazing practical work. I mean, it's
Oh,
amazing.
Tom Cruise refusing to not do his own stunts, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was just really, I mean, Top Gun Maverick has some of the best editing I've ever seen.
hmm
Considering how they did it, um, uh, it's just it's just unbelievable how they did it. The problem with bad guys in movies is that they talk too much. If they wanted to actually do what they actually wanted to do, they shouldn't actually talk and just go for it. But this is a kids movie.
Look, she has
It
a fun
reminds me of
voice.
The Incredibles. He was monologuing.
Yeah, he was monologuing. Exactly, he was monologuing. I'm so happy you said that. One of the greatest lines in movie history is coming up. So good. That is so good. Of all the things that could kill this woman, water? Are you kidding me?
I think it's that something like water symbolizes purity, kind of thing.
Right. Okay. Is it that way in the books or?
Yeah, she's killed by water.
Okay.
She melts.
Okay.
In the book, she did. Well, in the book, she's not. She just kind of throws water on her out of frustration, not trying to do like.
Not
She's
trying to
just trying to
save
get
the
away
scarecrow?
from her. Yeah, and it
Okay.
works. So good for her.
All
Look, her hair's long again.
You're
right. Time to
right.
do it, police. What the hell?
It's a little burnt, but
Yeah.
A little
It's a
singed.
little burn. You liquidated her. Yeah, I kind of did.
it's funny, and like I did it too. It's funny though that anytime you think of Dorothy, you think about her in braids, and she's in this hairstyle for like significant amount of the movie.
Mhm. No, every time I think about Dorothy, she's in braids in my head,
hmm Like
and every
I
time
was even like merch wise, there's barely anything with her like with this hairstyle.
and even when I think about the movie, like the first thing I think about is the opening number. Somewhere over the rainbow.
Yeah.
Huh?
Ah! No. Oh, but in one of the books, the wizard does something to Ozma, like he kidnaps her or something, and it's like truly they're making the wizard a villain. And parents
weird.
didn't like it. Like parents hated it, and so they just ignore that it happened for every book after that, and the wizard goes back to like this kind of thing, and they just pretend it never happened.
Well, okay. Well. That's kind of what we do when something happens in Star Trek that we don't like. We kind of
That's true.
pretend that it never happened.
That's true.
Tuvix.
Right? Am I lying?
Oh, don't even go there.
Yeah. Honestly,
I won't.
wish the episode was never made because I am so sick of the discourse.
Yeah.
No, but am I lying? No, I'm not lying. Really? Just like that?
He didn't even have to go to school for it. He just like knew it.
Yeah, just like that. Wow. Like it would have been cool if like he would have given them elixirs and they would have drunk it. That would have made more sense. Like magical elixirs.
Oh,
well, the point is that he's always had a brain. Like he's always been smart, even if he didn't have
right.
Like
Right. This is showing them how self-confident they can be in.
Like, because even throughout the thing, the Scarecrow is always the one to offer a solution, even though he's not smart.
Courage.
Mm-hmm.
The Legion of Courage.
Oh, actually, pretty dark for the book is how the Tin Man became the Tin Man.
How did he become the Tin Man?
So he was so the full name of the Tin Man is the Tin Woodsman. He was a woodsman. He fell in love with one of the Wicked Witch of the East's servants, and she didn't like that she might run off with him. So she enchanted his axe, so when he swung it, he would take a limb off.
Woo!
Oh my God.
A metal worker built him a new body to help him out, and then he forgot to put a heart in.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. I love It Ticks. Like it's really
It ticks.
Yeah. Toto deserves a gift too. He's been gaslighting them so he doesn't know that he can talk. Dorothy, we just talked about this. She's not a wizard. Like
He's more of an inventor than a wizard, I think.
Yeah. He's like a showman.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that movie with James Franco and that he was like?
I did. I don't love that movie.
Oh, okay. I like that one.
My main problem with it is I didn't need an Oz story that's like with a man as the lead. Like Oz has always been a very like female-centered story, like all the stories.
Okay.
And it's also I don't love the wizard, and it's like and all of these problems started because all the witches wanted to have James Franco love them, like. Also, James Franco was kind of a creep, so that's
honestly didn't think that far into it. I was just like, this is a fun movie.
That's fair. I think it's that I'm like so used to other Oz media that I'm like, but why Man Center was kind of.
No, that's fair.
I wish I remembered what I said at 9:51 where Starfleet Boy went, I love it. Or
I
whatever.
saw that and I didn't know either, so I didn't know what to comment.
And I'm a bad host. I never look at the comments. I need a second scream. I do. That would come in very handy.
I feel like also for like podcast, when like normal podcasting, having a second monitor would be good.
Mm.
I would like if you were like talking to someone and need to look something up.
Yeah.
It was about Return to Oz. I love it. That is, yeah, Return to Oz is a great movie. It's probably better she didn't go in a balloon with him then. TikTok is great at the character, not the app. I'm saying that out loud.
Yeah, I was saying what now? Are you talking about the app or the actual character?
TikTok is the character, an Oz character. It's in Return to Oz.
Okay, I haven't seen that movie in ages either. This movie went really fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good sign.
Yeah, it went kind of fast, didn't it?
I did actually this Halloween. I had an idea that I was going to dress up as Glinda, but all the Glinda dresses were really expensive. Well, it was like $50 for like a cheap Halloween one. I was like, no, if I'm going to spend a lot of money on it, I don't want something that's like that goes together with Velcro.
Right.
Because in the book, I'm a separate character. That is the answer.
Okay. There is a reference to this movie in the first episode of Felicity that nobody picks up on.
What is it?
Nobody ever.
I don't know if I've ever seen. I've seen like episodes of Felicity the here and there. I don't know if I've ever seen the first one.
Nobody ever picks up on it.
What is the reference?
When Felicity Porter talks to Ben for the first time and gets him to sign her yearbook, while he's signing her yearbook, she does the thing with her feet, the slipper thing, the thing that Dory's about to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like your heroes like together 3 times.
Mm-hmm. Well, not exactly like that, but similar to that. But yeah. If you guys want to watch Felicity, I will be more than happy to show you guys my second favorite show of all time. So
I'd be up for that.
Yeah, we watched like 2 episodes or something like that.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah. Then I could tell you why it's so important to me. I could probably make all of you cry.
Like Toto wave. You know what's great though is so much home decor. They like to put there's no place like home, and I'm like, yes, thank you. I will buy that for my house.
Oh my god.
It's ironic you were saying she looked older if they were actually trying to make her look younger in the movie. Because Dorothy in this book is like 10.
Yeah.
In fact, here's a last fun fact. They bound her chest to try and make her look younger.
Oh my God. Jesus. That's awful. Yeah, and Jesus. I mean, I love old Hollywood, but in old Hollywood, they did a lot of shitty stuff.
Yeah, there's a reason the studio system was outlawed. Like,
and there's a reason why the studio system crashed and burned.
Well, yeah, so someone sued them and said this should be illegal, and they agreed. The courts agreed.
Yeah.
When I remember watching Inception, I really wanted him to wake up and kind of do this scene to be like, "You were in my dream, and you were in my dream."
Oh my God, that would have been so funny.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
By the way, speaking of Inception, we are going to watch Tenet at some point.
Okay.
Just because selfishly I want to see.
I have technically seen Tenet, but I was like, a lot of people were at my house, and it is not the type of movie where like I could not pay close enough attention for like what Tenet is.
You need to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
No, and and selfishly, I wanna have Marcy draw a thumbnail for Tenet.
I find it interesting that they're credited as Hunk, Zeke, and Hickory, and not like Scarecrow, Lion, and Tin Man.
I have no idea. I don't know, but that was a great movie. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's also like been a long time since I like got to watch it with someone and not just like by myself.
Yeah, well, it was great. Thank you for all the fun factoids. Marcy, it was great that you could join us.
Yeah,
I'm so glad I made it, even if it's just for the second half.
Well, you made it.
You got there with the scare. She was meeting the Scarecrow when you got there. I feel like that's still pretty early on.
Okay.
Yeah. You got here early enough, so that's cool. The guy that the person that's gonna pick next in our little group is not here right now, so I'll talk to him offline. I'm sure we'll all send our well wishes to him. Hope that he gets better.
If you're still watching, I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah. And I'm like so curious how you get heat stroke in January.
Well, he was how did he do that?
I've done that actually.
How?
I think I technically had heat exhaustion. I was on a bus where the heater was turned too high. Is the answer?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's like actually from like a winter thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I was on a school trip. We got back. Starfleet Boys' answer is Miami, which is a valid.
Okay, it's valid. He might be the only one watching because we do have one watching.
I don't think I technically had heat stroke. I think I had heat exhaustion. I did not like. But I also I had gotten back from this the school trip, and remember I went to high school in Japan, and I was like a mix of like it was a drama club, and all the girls were sitting in the very back, and the much smaller group of boys was sitting in the middle of the bus, and then the adults were in the front, and I was in the back with all the girls. I started getting really car sick because of the heat too. Like I also and I moved up to where the guys were. But the bus driver either didn't speak English and only spoke Japanese or didn't want to listen to us. One of those two.
Okay.
But he wouldn't turn the heat off. And I remember I got home. I remember talking to my mom. I think maybe I watched like part of a movie and my mom was like, I'm going to take a nap before dinner. And then I tried to take a nap and slept for 19 hours.
Oh.
Huh? Oh my God.
Like,
and your mom wasn't worried? You slept for 19.
Mom was a little worried. I remember talking. She was like, "Yeah, that was weird." And then she's like, "I tried to get you up for dinner." And it was like, I kind of woke up to go no and went back to sleep.
Oh wow, okay.
Like I went to sleep at like 6 and then woke it might have been 16 hours, more hours than is like usually necessary for sleep. Is like I went
What
to sleep
time did you wake up about?
like 6. I think it was like 6, and I woke up at like 9 the next morning.
Oh my god!
Like I woke up at like a normal time to wake up the next morning, despite going to bed around dinner time.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's not normal.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And I don't know if it's a mix of like I think I had slight heat exhaustion, and or like that school they would like schedule us like crazy, like our schedules would be crazy because they didn't want us getting into any trouble. And
right.
so it's just every single moment was scheduled, and then they would also be like, but also teachers gave you homework to do that.
Okay, interesting. All right, so on that lovely note, we shall wrap up this evening's watch along by saying thank you to anybody who watched. Thank you so much. And also, I would like to send a special thank you to the watchers of the channel because this past year, this channel grew more than I could ever imagine between the Star Trek reviews that I did, between my collides with other channels. That if you're curious about, there's a playlist on this channel that has all my guest appearances on other people's channels. So if you guys actually want to see what the hell I've been doing when I haven't been here, that's it. I also have 3 podcasts, so I've been doing that. All the links to everything that I do can be found on Twitter. That's the easiest way to find me. On Twitter, I'm at CreekFanatic88. And I'm also on Instagram with that same handle. But if the good folks at home want to find you, Rachel, what would be the best place for them to do that on?
I'm Dramadork884, most social media places like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. I'm also on a couple other podcasts. Sometimes we do Discotheque with Mercy, and I'm on the
Lewis.
podcast. And Lewis,
Yep.
I was staring at you. I was staring at your name. And I'm on the podcast Master Mayhem, which is an actual podcast where we play the superhero RPG Mutants and Mastermind.
Awesome. Marcy, my favorite artist, where can people find you and your lovely work online?
On Instagram and Twitter at Marcy London Art, and my website, marcylondon.com.
Awesome. And also, I do want to give a special thank you to Marcy because she does all our thumbnails. And the last episode we did, she did a magnificent, beautiful thumbnail for that. So I just wanted to say thank you. That thing was gorgeous. I don't know.
We had so much fun with that one.
It was really good. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do with this one. So I shall say goodbye to Rachel and Marcy for now. One. Bye, Rachel. See you in a minute. All right, guys. So that'll do it for this edition for this watch along on Balloon Head Productions. So again, thank you to both of my lovely friends and co-hosts for this evening, Rachel for all the factoids, and Marcy for stopping by and saying hello. But until next time, as always, I'll see you when I see you.
So much happened here, and so much is about to.